Hey everybody, cooking with Kiko here. Tonight I'm going to be making a chickpea stew. It's like a butternut squash. You can do this with sweet potatoes or butternut squash, either one. But I'm making a stew. It's kind of like a soup, but stew, soup, whatever, same thing to me. But let me show y'all what I'm doing here so you can get a better view. Y'all see that? I have one yellow onion and I'm just gonna saute that for about 4 to 5 minutes. Then I'm going to add about 4 chopped up garlic cloves. And I got it as small as I could. You know, I hate chopping garlic, but you need the flavor. This is the oil that I'm using to saute my onions and garlic. It's avocado, olive, sunflower, and grapeseed oil. It's by a company called Chef's Life. And I thought it was pretty cool. I like the design of the bottle. So anyway, just wanted to show y'all that real quick. I think it's been about 4 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and add my garlic. Let me see if I can turn the camera. And trust me guys, I will get better on my editing. You know, I am considered, what, Generation X? I think I had one more year and I would have been considered a millennial. So Generation Xers, you know, editing for some of us is just not our thing. But I will get better. Just hang in there with me. The main thing is that I give you guys good recipes, good food, good quality food. All the editing and special stuff that'll come. So let me see if I can adjust that a little bit. Now I'll just go like this. Alright, so it's been about 4 minutes. Next thing we have to do is get our tomato ready to go. And I have my little recipe taped up here because I don't want to have to keep looking down. So I thought, let me just do it this way, make it easy. I got this recipe off of, where did I get this recipe? I think I got it off of Pinterest, and I tried it a couple years ago and I was really, really impressed. So I decided to go ahead and use it again. Yeah, I like my Ohio shirt. Ohio, where you at? Now, I was born in Ohio, but I grew up in Georgia, so Ohio was always going to be home. But Georgia, that's my real home, because that's where I spent most of my life. Onion and the garlic, translucent. You're going to get a, basically this is, let me turn this around. This is a 14.5 ounce, basically a 15 ounce can of diced tomatoes. And I got the one that says roasted garlic. And then for this one, I got the one that says no salt added. Because you know, we ain't trying to kill nobody. We want to keep the sodium low. So we have 2 cans of the tomatoes. Okay, let you see what that looks like. Okay, so that is cooking away. Hopefully y'all can see that. Okay, now we're going to add our spices. We're going to do 2 teaspoons of curry powder. And this is the one you get from the Jamaican grocery store. That Blue Mountain. What you know about that Blue Mountain though? So we're just gonna put 2 teaspoons. And I love curry, so I'm gonna add a little bit more. Alright. And we're gonna do cayenne pepper. This is a half of a teaspoon. Don't put too much, because if you put too much, it's going to be too hot. Your butt going to be burning. Remember, you can always add, but you can't take away. So don't put too much of that. Next thing we're going to add is a teaspoon of chili powder. And again, this is also hot. So don't put too much. Add more later if you need to. Which I love hot food. It doesn't really bother me. I know some people say as they get older, they can't really have hot food like that. That hasn't happened to me yet. My husband says he gets acid reflux if he has hot food all the time. But I'm not there yet. But you know, when I cook, I try to be considerate. And then we're going to do a teaspoon of salt and pepper. Next up, we have 2 cans of chickpeas. 2 cans of chickpeas, and you want to drain them and you want to rinse them off in cold water. I'm just going to add that. Give it a nice stir. And then let me show y'all what I got from Trader Joe's. I need to be getting some type of check. All this free advertisement I'm giving them. But this is a holiday vegetable hash. It has butternut squash, sweet potatoes, red onions, celery, parsley, sage, and rosemary. So instead of having to chop all that stuff up, they already did it for you. Isn't that cool? So we're just going to add that right on in here. Okay, last thing you want to add is a can of coconut milk. And I got this at Trader Joe's. Just going to pour it on in there. That's going to make it creamy. So basically what you want to do, let this come to a boil. Once it comes to a boil, you're going to turn the heat down just a little bit and simmer this for about 40 to 45 minutes. Once it cooks down, you're going to take a potato masher, mash it up real good, and kind of start making it like chunky, you know, soupy. You'll see. Alright, so let y'all, can y'all see? Still waiting on the stew to come to a boil. Meanwhile, I decided to make some red quinoa. I got this again from, you already know, Trader Joe's. This is supposed to be a lot healthier than rice because it has fiber, protein, no sodium. So they said basically with this stew, you serve it with quinoa, you know, instead of serving it with rice to keep it healthy. So that's what we're doing over here. So like I said, it's only my second time. You gotta like train your taste buds when you're trying to be healthy and you're trying to do a 21-day fast. You gotta retrain your taste buds because the struggle is definitely real. Alright, so it has been 45 minutes. As you see, everything is starting to cook down. I'm going to take my potato masher, just start to break it up just a little bit. I'm going to do this for about 30 seconds. It does smell good, right? Nunu wants to be my helper today.
You know, you can put in here some carrots, like those carrots, the soft ones.
Yeah. Well, we're going to put some spinach and make it really healthy.
This is definitely going to be good.
So, you see it's more of a stew. It's real thick, real chunky, If you want to turn it into more of a soup, just take some out, put it in your food processor, you know, puree it, and then add it back in. Just to break it down and break these tomatoes down a bit. Otherwise, you can eat it like this. It's up to you. There we go. Alright, so I pureed about 2 cups. You see how creamy it is? The rest of it is the way it was. So I think I'm just going to leave it like that. We'll do like half creamy and do half more of a stew. There we go. That looks better. See those chickpeas floating through? The last thing we're going to add is some sauteed spinach. You can use fresh if you have it, but I'm just going to use the frozen kind, and I just cooked it for about 5 minutes, cooked it down a little bit. That just gives it a little bit additional pop of color. Also adding in some of that fiber we need. You know, spinach is good for everything. Let that cook for about 5 or 6 more minutes, and then we're done. All done. This is what it looks like. I'm gonna go ahead and serve it up and let the girls try it. And let's see. You like it?
That's really good.
Thank you.
That's mine, that's mine.
I'm glad y'all like it. They look at them already fighting over the bread.